welcome to my Fortnite guide. Now today I'm going to be teaching you how exactly I got better at Fortnite. I played a lot of FPSs, I still do. Just to name a few, I started on Counter-Strike 1.6, CS Source, CSGO, Call of Duty, Battlefield, and PUBG of course. And the biggest change I had coming from those FPSs to PUBG or Fortnite, excuse me, was the building. And a lot of people also have that problem. So today, I'm going to give you just a quick little guide on how I go about bettering myself, right? Yeah, so, okay. Let's go ahead and start. First of all, I personally like to drop into squads by myself. I don't join with other teammates, I don't fill. I just go solo because this way if I can do better against 4 people or 3 or 2, that's going to transfer over into solos or duos or even squads playing with other friends. If I know how to go against 4 people at a time by myself, when I get into a group where I don't have to or whatever, it's going to be better for me and my team. So yeah, just a second here while we wait. So the beginning is you open your map, you see where you're going to drop, right? I'm going to drop tilted because I always drop high pop. That's best way to improve your accuracy. You drop right in the war zone and you make it out alive. Great. If you die, oh well, start over. So when I pick a place I want to drop, I usually go 2 squares away on the map. When I get about 1 square away, I will dive straight down to hit the ground as fast as possible on my mark. So as you can see, I dropped on the 2nd square, and right about as I get 1 square away from tilted, I'm going to nosedive straight to the ground. And that's going to hit me on the lowest point. So there, when I get to my building, I'm going to land right on the roof without having to wait. That way I get a gun right away, and go from there. So as that happens, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look for a gun, and I'm going to make sure there's nobody around me. If there's somebody around me, I'm either going to kill them if I have a gun or run. Most of the time, I get a gun, I kill them. But yeah, so in this case, nobody dropped with me, got a gun. I'm going to go for some resources. Nobody's near me. So first thing first, break this wall. I know there's chests there. If not a chest, there's some metal and pallets. The better resources you have and the more resources is going to be great end game because you're not going to have as many issues. Well, not even end game, just early. You have more resources. Every time you get into a fight, you want to be building. That's what we're here for. So now, all the wooden objects in a building, go ahead and slap those. They take about 1 hit usually, and they give you about 8 wood per. Alright, so we covered how to land, what to do once you land. Now let's say you make it out of the place alive, or you got a couple kills, you pieced out, or simply you just had nobody around you, you got your resources, got your loot done. The next step is you're going to move, right? You can't stay in one place forever either. There's nobody there, the circle's coming in, or you just need more loot. So while traveling from place to place, I see a lot of players that do not watch around them. They just run in a straight line and just look to the left and the right once in a while. So bad. That's one of the worst things you can do. Always check your surroundings, do a quick... I recommend sprinting and jumping and turning around real quick. Just for the fact so you can see them, you keep your momentum, you can run back around, turn back around, sorry. And it doesn't take that much time. Do it every once in a while, just make sure nobody's around you. It's nothing worse than running all the way to the circle and getting shot in the back right as you get there right before. So yeah, that's another big one. Another big step I don't see a lot of players do is, unlike most games, you can't switch your shoulder on which gun or which shoulder you shoot from. Use the camera to your advantage. You're going to shoot from the right. You can see better. Use corners. Like in this clip right here, I'm using the corner. I hear somebody near me, and I'm waiting for them to come down. I have the advantage there. If they come running at me, they won't see me until it's too late. And you'll see that here in just a second. So we'll go ahead and watch this, and I will come right back as soon as it's done. All right, as you can see there, I was heavily outnumbered, 4 versus 1. I had the advantage. A, they didn't know I was there. B, I could hear them coming. And C, I had that right shoulder. So I took down the first guy. I knew I was going to be screwed because they rushed me. I didn't have a shotgun. So I jumped down, and again, I used that right shoulder, you know. I popped down 2 of them. Went behind there. I don't know why he stopped to pick his buddy up. He must have thought I just pieced out, but anyways, the right shoulder and the camera angle is perfect. You can make so many plays, out plays. Just use that. And again, you can see I grab a bunch of wood because I'm going. But yeah, the right shoulder is key, and I highly, highly recommend. You might get called, you know, a camera whore, whatever. You know, it's a great tactic to have the upper hand. And in this game, that helps a lot. So I guess the next thing we'll be covering is building when getting shot, right? Every firefight, if somebody builds versus somebody that doesn't build, unless they're just in a godly shot, they're going to lose, the non-builder. So anytime, it'll be muscle memory once you get the hang of it. Every time you get shot at from like the back, the side, wherever, build a 1x1 with stairs, you know? Find out where they're shooting you from. Get the higher ground. You know, just it's not very difficult. I keybound my Q and E since there's no lean like there's with PUBG or other games. Q and E, sorry, the lean. I keybound those to my stairs and my walls. So I'll pop Q, which is my walls, and really quickly do a 360, and it'll place walls all the way around me, and I'll jump and do a set of stairs underneath me. Great tactic. You get the protection. You get the height advantage, usually, unless they're above you. Yeah, and it saves my life so many times, and hopefully it helps yours too. Now, the next thing would be is going ahead and excuse me, going ahead and making sure you're secure, right? So don't stay unprotected. Always, always, freaking always make sure you have every angle of yourself covered. You don't want to be sitting there shooting at somebody, you know, out in the open, and then you get shot from the back. That's why I suggest building. Now, you can drop, like, Wailing Woods, Moisty Mire, drop somewhere off the map, and grab some wood and just practice building, you know. Granted, you might die, but most of the time, people don't go there. And it's really easy, cheap way to practice your building. Now, obviously, it's going to be a lot more hectic in combat, but once you get the hang of it out of combat, once you get into combat, it should transition fairly well. Now, the next big thing I'd like to hit on is inventory management. Alt is your default quick inventory key. As long as you hold Alt, you can change your inventory around freely. It's better than going into tab, because tab, you got to hit tab again to get out, or that's what my bind is tab. Always make sure your guns are where you want them. I usually keep my AR on 2, my shotgun on 3, and then my sniper or rocket launcher on 4. I know several times I got into fights and I had them all out of whack and I switched the wrong gun and I got screwed, right? So that's another one. You know, you get quick downtime or right as you get the guns when you want, always go ahead and make sure to set them up how you want, because there's no worse thing than switching to the wrong gun and dying because of it. And on that note, as far as inventory and health, we'll start out with shields, right? So you find a big shield in the beginning. Now, there's 2 options. You're going to wait to use it or use it right away. Now, preferably, if there's nobody around you, you know, you killed everyone or nobody landed with you, don't use that big, and hopefully you find minis to get a full shield. But the way I see it, I drop tilted, right? I find a big shield right off the bat. I'm not going to save it unless there's nobody near me in the house I have to loot. I'll maybe save it to check the rest of the house, but most of the time there's going to be someone near, and I'm just going to go ahead and use it, because there's nothing worse than having no shield, waiting for the big shield, than to just quickly pop the shield. You know, it could save your life. It could easily save your life. The next bit of advice I have is, I see a lot of players do it. You start out with a shotgun, you get a shot, instead of waiting for the pump to go through again and shoot again, switch weapons, right? It's meaning of life or death in this game. You know, you hit them once with one, you hit or miss, you know. Hit them with the shotgun, they're going to be low health, switch right to your AR, finish them off. Or vice versa. Or another big one is sniper rifle. Start out with the sniper, you get a shot, maybe it's not a headshot, maybe they don't die, whatever. Switch to your AR, finish them off, don't let them get away instead of waiting to reload. That's more with the bolt action, but regardless, it works with the pump, it works with the tac shotty, works with the sniper, whatever. Don't be afraid to swap weapons. Now, while we're on the subject of weapons, go comfort over better, I guess. You know, instead of like early game, the burst rifle, I'm terrible with the burst assault rifle. I'm really bad. So if I see, let's say I have a green burst assault rifle, but I see a common or a white, they mean the same thing, but a common assault rifle, I'm going to take that common. Even though the green may be better as far as damage, I know I personally play better with the AR, whereas the burst I am worse with. So go ahead and, that goes with multiple things, like the heavy shotgun, I'm pretty decent with the heavy shotgun over the pump. But, I'm going to take the heavy for range, It's all personal preference, whatever you do better with. And, maybe you drop tilted, and say, hey, I need to practice this. Just grab that gun only, practice it. No one got the way they are without practice. I mean, you look at the pros, they practice all the freaking time. On the topic of practicing, one I highly suggest, and it's what I like to do, learn the map, unless you know the map like the back of your hand, you've got like 300 matches or something in, go ahead and drop new places. Drop, like me, for Tilted, this tower I'm right about, I'm about to get into a firefight in, I know that apartment complex like the back of my hand. I drop there every time I go Tilted because I know the other place, but this is the place most comfortable for me. And again, I love using the right shoulder. That's my advantage. It's everybody's advantage. Now, right here, we're going to be showing the clip of I get into a little bit of a firefight, a little tussle here, and I'm going to show you the power of that right shoulder advantage. It's freaking insane. Just the amount it goes. And you might already be doing it great. Now, I'm not the greatest player in the world. I'm not even slightly above average. I'm probably about average, but I take advantage of that shoulder whenever I can. That's where your character holds the gun. It's great. So on that note, let's go ahead and watch this quick little clip. I got about 2 more clips left, and hopefully this isn't too much time. I know it's going on long, but there's a lot to cover. All right, enjoy. Now, as you can see there, I took full advantage of having the right shoulder on him with the camera angle. Another thing is listening. I heard multiple people, saw multiple people. I knew that guy was still there, and I took advantage of it. And again, like I said, do not be afraid to switch weapons. I missed a shotgun shot, instantly pulled my AR, and finished it off, or else I would have been dead right there. Excuse me. So yeah, once you start doing these, it's going to be like muscle memory, and you're going to eventually get better. Now, your aim, you can practice in the lobby, you can pick up a gun if you can get one, and shoot people. It gives you a hit marker. You can't actually kill them, damage them, but... And same goes, like, let's say you and your friends drop out to Wailing Woods, or some place out of the map, not near the battle bus. Grab a gun, shoot your teammates, practice on them. It's not going to damage them. Granted, it's going to give you position away if anyone's nearby, but you can still practice it. Still, even if it's friendly, gives you the reticle. The hit marker, sorry. Alright, so this last clip is just going to show you a quick way to, how I build when I'm getting outnumbered. Granted, I died. It was outnumbered, but if it was one person, I survived after they shot me. I didn't die right away. I had the height advantage on one of them. But, yeah. Anyways, thanks for stopping by. Hopefully you learned something. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button. Leave any comments. I would greatly appreciate any feedback. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for stopping by. Subscribe for more content, and we'll catch you guys later.